Good evening, everybody, and good evening those watching around the world, and welcome to our, I would like to say our fourth ever, it's difficult to know which one ever, all community chat, Skype call, which we are seeing people from all over the continent. To those in China, since you can't get access to the YouTube, there's a Skype invitation from Stephanie right now, and you can accept your invitation and we'll be able to Skype you in. So well done, Stephanie. And welcome to everybody else, and welcome to the ALA people I'm looking at, and welcome to the parents and students, past and future, who are sneaking in, of our community. Welcome to the call. Not really going to hear much from me. You're going to get to hear from everybody else. So let's hear from the first people, which are our current student chairs, Abita from Cameroon and Mustafa from Egypt.
Our dearest alumni, ex-faculty, parents, and viewers who are watching us now, our deans, faculty, alumni, and fellow students who are here. On behalf of the student body, we thank you all for joining us today for this event, especially celebrating our alumni initiative, ALA Gives Back. As we all know, there are always new and exciting events happening on campus every single day. Sharing everything with you might take us a year. And since we only have 5 minutes, we'll try to keep it short and sweet.
Some of you might have heard about a students' uprising this term. It all began on the 3rd of November, 2015, with an unending flow of mass emails depicting our discomfort about many school rules. This uprising could be attributed to the practice pillar of our institution. The theory of our uprising came a week before, during seminar readings, when we second years read and discussed the importance and power in resisting and speaking up for what we believe in. This theory later on metamorphosed into actual practice with our student uprising. A reform committee was voted for to address and tackle the student issues with the deans. This committee comprised of 2 first years, 2 second years, 3 members of staff, and 4 student government chairs. After a series of meetings between the deans, the committee, and the student body, some of the school rules were either uplifted or ameliorated, giving us more freedom, but also more responsibility for ourselves. This was indeed a period of growth for every member of the ALA family, and our work continues to this day.
And moving to more fun events, we hosted 2 successful leagues of basketball and football. In addition, this term, once again, the students' football team mercilessly beat up the faculty Fighting Peacocks team with a score of 4-1.
On an even more exciting note, our wonderful construction team has almost completed work. On the 3rd of September, we experienced the big move into the new dorms. We packed our bags and happily waved farewell to the white walls and doors of the old dorms. Stepping our feet into the new dorms felt like stepping straight into heaven. The walls and doors of these dorms were colored blue, purple, yellow, and orange. We experienced internet troubles at the beginning, but Mr. Penn did a great job making it better than ever before. ALA never stopped surprising us with renovation and innovation. Each hall received a fridge, a microwave, and some halls even received a fancy mirror room. In addition, a biometric system was set up for our fingerprints, which has doubled our security on campus. Last but not the least, all our fields were renewed with AstroTurf. We even got a fantastic 5-yard soccer pitch with flashlights to bring in the ambience during night games. I must say all our fields are wet, is the athletic and passionate feat of the internal league players to make the best of their quality.
Also, thanks to our writing and rhetoric department, we now have a stronger than ever a support system for non-Anglophones. Our new program, English for Excellence, helps our non-English speaking fellow students to learn the language smoothly and within a short interval of time. Ejtana Naula, one of the program students, says, English for Excellence helped me to overcome my academic challenges. I now feel that language is no longer a barrier to opportunities or communicating with my friends on campus. It has boosted the confidence of our admission office in admitting more non-English speakers.
In a nutshell, this year is probably the year our alumni should wish they were spending at ALA. As we continue craving for more mind-blowing developments this year, we cannot underappreciate the trend of excitement and the series of incredible events we have had so far. Whether positive or negative, they have filled our life stories with color, beauty, and the value of telling. As an old saying I knew as a child would go, ALA 2015-2016 is undescribable. You must come and see for yourself. Go and spread the news by yourself. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Mustafa. Thank you, Abita. Thank you very much. Those who are following on Twitter, you can follow at ALA_family, and you can use the hashtag ALA gives back to add your feed and take your photograph. And so now we time for some music. And last year we got to hear from the boys a cappella band, and ladies have stepped up, and we're going to have the first ever live performance of our new a cappella girls, all girls singing group. Here they are. Welcome.
Good evening, everyone. We are B Sharp, and because the theme of today is ALA Gives Back, we believe that you can't give back to something unless you love it. So we came here, we're coming here and we're going to perform a couple of love songs, because we know that despite all the bumps and challenges you may face, you can always come back to what you love. Thank you.
I looked in my rearview mirror and it seemed to make a lot more sense than what I see ahead of us. Yeah, yeah. I'm ready to make that turn before we both crash and burn. 'Cause I will be the death of us, and baby, you know how to drive. You decide to change. Stuck in the same old lane, going the wrong way home. 'Cause I feel like my heart is stuck in bumper to pressure. 'Cause I can't have you the way that I want. Let's just go back to the way it was. Honeymoon, honeymoon avenue. Honeymoon, honeymoon avenue. My baby coasting like crazy. Can we get back to the way it was? 'Cause I feel like my heart is stuck in bumper to bumper traffic. I'm under pressure 'cause I can have you the way that I want. Let's just go back to the way it was. Honeymoon, honeymoon avenue. Honeymoon, honeymoon avenue. My baby coasting like crazy. Can we get back to the way it was? Honeymoon.
That's my daughter. Aww. So now my sons and my daughter all sing. I'm so excited about this next part of the program because some really great friends are here. First of all, to talk about ALA Vision to Action, we have a panel of three great faces in ALA, and I'm very pleased to invite them. One who brings his own chair, what you call real African ingenuity. But here they are, Miss Shami, together with Lillian and Eddie Ndopu. Eddie, how's it best to give a microphone stand?
Yes.
Eddie, it's so cool. It's like memories. He's gonna go test all the new wheelchair access that we've put in for him, and now he's no longer a student.
Can you hear me, everyone? Thank you. Testing. Okay. Thank you so much. Perfect.
It gives me goosebumps to be up here with these two amazing individuals, and it's really the culmination of so much work and effort to bring them here, but really a combination of their hard work that they are here. So I'm going to let them introduce themselves as, first of all, Eddie Ndopu on my left, member of the inaugural class. I'd love for you to just say a few words, describe who you are, and so the rest of the community can hear from you.
Sure. Can everybody hear me? Okay. So my name is Eddie Ndopu. I am a graduate of the 2008 class. I was part of the inaugural class. I'm absolutely delighted to be here. I'm currently, I head Amnesty International's Youth Engagement Program for Africa, based here in Johannesburg.
Thank you, Eddie. And on my right, I have Lillian Maboya. Go ahead.
Sure, thanks. Hello, everyone. My name is Lillian Maboya. I started ALA in 2009. I graduated in 2011, and I am currently working for General Electric in their renewable energy department here in Johannesburg.
Thank you. And for those of you that don't know me and those near and with them in terms of questions, and for them to engage with us, with me, to ask questions as well. So let me start with the first question that we have. I'll start with you, Lillian. If you could start by telling us, you mentioned, GE, etc., but tell us what you've been up to since you left ALA. What was your journey and where you are right now? If you give us a few minutes of the summary.
Oh, sure. So I, as I said, graduated in 2011, and from there I had a 6 months break where I worked on campus as residential faculty, and I also helped out the college counseling team. Then I started my undergraduate studies at the University of Cape Town. I did my undergrad in a Bachelor of Science in Environmental Science and Geography. And during that time, I also went and studied abroad at University of California at Berkeley. I then graduated from UCT in 2012 for my Bachelor of Science, but now I'm doing my honors degree with them. But from the time that I graduated from ALA is when I saw the need to have youth involvement in my rural village where I went to school in Ramashashane in the Limpopo province. So to basically address the need for career development and just trying to get role models from Limpopo province to inspire a new generation of the people that will take over and grow the province, I then decided to start a social enterprise which we call Tumbuka. Tumbuka is a Shona word for, it means to blossom. And the program has been running for the last 3 to 4 years, and we've impacted just over 300 young girls from Ramashashane, and we continue to work with green technology and the concept of giving back to your old community to make sure that what you have learned also goes back to them. So I've been doing that while also studying, and in my undergrad through the ALA Careers Network, I was able to get an internship with a company called Biotherm Energy, and that was sort of my first real life experience of an internship, and that was my introduction to the renewable energy space, and that's the space that I continue to occupy today.
Thank you, Lynn. Moving on to you, Eddie.
Sure.
What have you been up to since you graduated from ALA?
Wow, oh my God, it feels like a million years ago. So I left ALA in 2010, and I headed off to cold Canada in Ottawa, the capital, and I carried out my undergraduate studies there, and I graduated with a bachelor's degree in interdisciplinary studies, and I graduated with high distinction. And then from there, throughout that time, I continued to engage in issues related to social justice and activism because that's my passion. And I was actually quite proud earlier when I heard the chairs talk about the uprising. I think that's, from an activism perspective and the work that I do, I think that's pretty cool. So I engaged in I consulted on the side throughout my studies. I worked for a short bit for the World Economic Forum, and I consulted for the New York office, and I worked on a project on youth engagement in the context of education. And after my time in Canada, which was incredible, and I grew, I completely transformed, I graduated in 2014, and I took up a position with Amnesty International, where I currently head the youth engagement work for Africa. So I'm based in Johannesburg, but I also work with the office in Nairobi and Dakar. And so for the past year, I've traveled extensively. I've been to 6 countries on 3 different continents, working on a range of projects related to primarily how to get young people to take injustice personally and to have them engage in human rights activism. Yeah, in a nutshell.
Lillian, I'm going to come back to you. In the spirit of the theme of today's call, which is that of ALA Gives Back, You've already started giving back. You've already started giving back to your community through Tumbuka. And importantly, you're starting to give back to ALA. In your role as a member of the ALA Board of Trustees representative, can you talk a little bit about this role? It's fairly recent, and for those of you that don't know, this is a board member that you're speaking to here as well. Talk a little bit about your role there and what that means, especially in the spirit of giving back.
Sure. I just wanted to give the context for those who don't know of how this role came about. So a couple of alumni worked together with Shami to put together what's called the Graduate Steering Committee. And that committee is essentially the engine that runs the ALA alumni community. And through that platform, it was raised that there was a need to have an alumni to sit on the board of ALA to give perspectives, because if you're an alumni, you've been a student before and you have a lot of interest in ALA. So through several stages of interviews and elections, I was selected to then sit on the board. So my role on the board is a full independent member of the board. And essentially what that means, you can imagine the board is like a really high governing structure of the institution. And so my role there has, just been that of a board member, but because this is the first time ever I was being on a board, I basically spend a lot of my time trying to learn just how the institution works. It is quite different how ALA works once you sit on the board. It is very different from when you are sitting as a student or as a faculty member or even as an alumni. So you start seeing the institution from a completely different perspective, where you are continuously thinking about sustainability, where you're thinking about long term, where you're thinking about, things that really go beyond you. The work involves a lot of strategic thinking and, crisis management, and just thinking about, more creative ways in which ALA can be a sustainable institution that does produce 6,000 leaders that will transform Africa in the next 50 years. So I've had just about 2 meetings so far, and they have been wonderful. I am really, really grateful for the alumni for trusting me to be in this position, and I encourage all of you who want to continue getting involved in ALA that this is one of the ways in which you can give back immensely, just giving your own thoughts and analysis and feedback on the strategy that the organization is following.
Thank you, Lillian. And I think I encourage and urge you as well to consider that joining the institution is helping you shape the institution. So if you have discontent, or you have disagreement, or voices that you'd like to share, this is a great way to consider doing that as well. I'll ask you, Eddie, to just talk a little bit about your perspective on this campaign that we're about to launch, ALA Gives Back. This is the first ever alumni fundraising campaign we've had. We've had alumni give in the past, and we've noticed that there is a culture of giving. What is most exciting to you about this campaign? Why is it important?
Well, at the ripe old age of 25, I'll be 25 in 3 days, but basically I think with the benefit of hindsight, yes, exactly. Birthdays are a big deal for me for many reasons. But with the benefit of hindsight, I think I would not be where I am today had it not been for ALA. And I mean, I've really had the extraordinary privilege of embarking on some truly amazing projects. I mean, this year, for example, I never thought that I would be attending the World Economic Forum, sitting in conversation with the global head of Oxfam, the global head of UN Women, the chief economist for the World Economic Forum, and then later on in the year, meeting with former President Thabo Mbeki. All of these things have happened because ALA has invested in me over many years, and it's not. Some of it is the small things. I think back to the leadership and entrepreneurship classes that I took and the skills that I learned, which I now use in my current role in management now at Amnesty. So, I mean, for me, it makes sense. I think that, I mean, how could I not give back? Because I have been given so much, and so have my classmates. And so I'm truly excited about the opportunity to actually say thank you by giving back to an institution that has literally put me on such an incredible path.
Well, thank you. Those are powerful words, and we hope to live up to your trust as well. That's it from my side in terms of questions, and I'd love to hear from you both, perhaps on behalf of the alumni community as well. And I also welcome the alumni community to follow the Facebook post that was put up yesterday in terms of Ask Us Anything. We'd like to formally open up a dialogue. We know that there's lots of questions, but I'll ask Lillian and Eddie to start, perhaps. Which of you would like to go first?
I actually just wanted to comment on the ALA Gives Back quite quickly, if we have a minute or so. Just, you can give back to ALA in so many different ways. So right now, the ALA Gives Back, the face is kicking off as a monthly contribution that you will give to the community to hopefully support, one or more students to actually have the opportunity to attend ALA. But some of the different ways you can give back to ALA, you can come here over, a holiday and help run the summer camps that are run here, like the GSP. You can come here and, just come and be a guest speaker and share your own experiences with the students that are on campus. You can come here and just engage with the people that are here and just share your stories and learn from them. Other ways, you can come and teach at ALA. You can there's just so many different ways in which you can give back. And so just because you don't have $1 right now to give to the campaign does not mean that that is where your giving ends. I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, you're here.
So, any questions from your end?
Okay. So, as an alumnus, I'm really always excited to hear what my classmates are up to, what graduates are up to. I want to know where they are in their lives. So I'm just curious, what you've got the vantage point of having a kind of 360-degree view of everything, and you are in touch with us in a way that we might not be in touch with each other. So, what's up?
Thanks for that. So, yes, I do have the vantage point. I think what's really compelling and really promising is that the majority of your peers have a deep passion for Africa. The majority of your peers are coming back. Even those that actually started out in the US in relatively high-paying jobs are actually changing track and changing course to come back to Zimbabwe, to Kenya, to Nigeria, etc. For the last 2 years in a row, the majority of 70% of all of our job placements have been on the continent. Some of your peers are doing amazing things. Talk of, someone like James Kiawan is working with a company called Last Mile Health in Liberia, working on sort of Ebola response and post that. Someone like Estella, who's been such a champion for ALA since the beginning, an admissions reader and a volunteer. She's working with one of your colleagues, Madel, for Jumpstart Academy in Cameroon. We also have Mbali Zondi right here in South Africa, and she started a job at Pioneer Academies, working on education projects. We have people like Lillian and many others that are working for multinationals as well. But in addition to that, many of you are starting your own ventures, which is incredibly exciting. So there's so much passion for Africa, which is probably the most common thing you see, and that hasn't died after you've left ALA.
That's pretty cool.
Okay, my question is about money. I wanted to find out, from some rumors that come through to alumni, it seems as though ALA is moving more towards admitting students who come from wealthy families, and it is a concern because some alumni feel that, will someone not be accepted because they can't pay the full fee, or, even though they're a star in their community, how is that actually happening? If it's happening, what are the reasons? If that's not happening, I know that a lot of this is on the mind of many alums, and I just wanted to find out, the real story.
Could you want to stand up?
So that's such an important question that you brought up close by. Hello, can you hear me better now? Okay. That's a really great question. Thank you for asking that. And so there's two important things to consider. And you mentioned this, right? We have financial sustainability to consider as well. So that's kind of an important consideration. A lot of our donors keep asking us the question, when are you going to be self-sustaining? When will you stop coming to us with a handout mentality? First of all, we are working on that by also working on our programs, to selling our programs, and that's going to be an important revenue stream for us going forward. But another important source of revenue is fees. We're, in terms of getting a mix of students from different backgrounds, we aren't necessarily hunting for more wealthy kids per se. We're looking for the best kids, and we're looking for students who actually fulfill the promise of the mission. So every year, we're looking to admit people who really are strong future leaders for Africa, no matter the environment, no matter the background. Now, we do believe, and I think I'll quote Frank Aswani on this one, we do believe that these students can come from refugee camps, but they can also come from private schools. So it's not that we want to change that dramatically or skew in favor of one or the other. And we importantly have to work to serve the most disadvantaged as well. So we do need to commit to doing that. And no matter the need, if you are a fit for ALA, you will be admitted to ALA. So I think that will remain central to the mission. But we'd love these questions going forward. And what I will encourage is alumni. We're hoping to actually have alumni be a part of our admissions process going forward. We'll announce the formal mechanisms by which that's going to be possible. We will have alumni readers, possibly alumni interviewers, so that you can then feel connected to the students that we're actually admitting as well. But we do hope to improve that process in terms of transparency as well going forward. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, thank you.
Great. So just last few points. I just need a statement, a soundbite from both of you. We have this hashtag competition going on for hashtag ALA Gives Back, but also the ALA_family on Twitter. I'd like for you both to contribute as well. The faculty, for example, have had a photo competition doing crazy things. We'd also invite you to like that and retweet the photographs that you think are most representative of this phrase. And I'll give it to you now, Lillian. The ALA community is dash. Did I put you on the spot there, Lillian? I'm sorry.
The ALA community is, for me, a place where I come to recharge when the world takes out all my energy.
Eddie.
The ALA community is larger than life.
Wow. All right. On that note, thank you very much, Lillian. Thank you very much, Eddie. We appreciate everything. We appreciate that you inspire us. Thank you.
Thank you.
We go now, right?
Last time you were in this auditorium, Eddie, you were dressed in a fur ruff, I remember, doing a play called My Husband Has Gone Mad Again. And then he did a poem called In My Mind's Eye that made everybody cry. Yeah, I take you back. That's where you stay. I keep you there. You may grow up, but you always stay that little fresh-faced potato face in my mind. It's an exciting moment now. We're talking about it. We're tagging about it. We hash-atting and cross-wiring, face wheating and all that stuff in, tubing, whatever. Woo, surfing. I'm in there. We're doing all that about ALA Gives Back, but actually, let's actually hear what is this all about, and let's have the official launch of ALA Gives Back. And so, to give us that official launch, I'm going to invite two very beautiful students, swagging it out over there. Can I invite Tato and Hind? There's going to be a video first. All right, and so on to the video.
Only at ALA can you find staff that are actually willing to listen to students and take on their ideas and implement it into the school system.
It's a whole journey of learning, from our classes to our social life to the network that we belong to. I will never forget the ALA experience.
When I came here, first I found that supportive environment.
At ALA, I have learned to defy challenges.
Even though we come from different parts of Africa, the north, east, the west, the south, we still all have that common goal, that common drive.
ALA Gives Back is a call for alumni to come together for the future of our network. It's an opportunity for alumni, students, faculty, and friends of our community to come together to support our effort to transform Africa through ethical leadership.
The reason why I support ALA Gives Back is because this is a campaign that even as students, we felt was necessary. We all knew the financial burden of accessing higher quality education. ALA Gives Back is essentially an effort where we are saying charity begins at home. Let us start by helping fund those who are closest to us.
If you think about it, in the next 5, 7, 10, 11 years, you're not going to be able to speak to a powerful or influential person on the continent who is not in some way linked back to our community. And because of that, we want to make sure that we have the resources available to effect positive change.
I support ALA Gives Back because I think the ALA experience is something that you cannot necessarily buy. So whether you paid for yourself to come to ALA, whether there's someone helping you, no matter where you came from to come to the African Leadership Academy community, I think the whole experience is priceless.
Only an ALA student can understand the journey, which they do from application or first thought of ALA to graduation to alumni events to indabas. They can only understand it. We can only watch it and experience it through the My Stories. So the fact that they can make that happen for more people starts a really, really, really important change in the brain and the way they think about themselves.
Our goal for the alumni community and for the ALA community at large with ALA Gives Back is to raise $30,000 by the end of June 2016. And that has a huge multiplier effect because we're also working on getting multiple matching donors who will match every alumni dollar. The time is now for us to begin to put what we've learned into practice. If you think conceptually of what that means for financial aid, what that means for facilities on campus, what that means for extra things like travel stipends to attend endowments for alumni.
In the next 5 to 10 years, we will look at the African continent differently because of the actions of the ALA alumni and some of the people they work with.
This whole institution is based on service leadership. And if we are to model what we want our students to be, I must be a servant leader.
Time is now for us to come together and support the beautiful thing. For us to come together and support ALA and support Africa, support the world.
Afternoon Academy. I am Tato Ramatseba from South Africa and I'm a second year class of 2015 and this is Hint from Rock and she's first year class of 2016. We are both here as representatives for the ALA Gives Back campaign and the ALA Gives Back campaign team is made up of 9 alumni ambassadors and 10
Initiative. Like most of my team members, I got involved in the LA Gives Back campaign because I'm passionate about our community. I believe in LA's mission, but most importantly, it sounds appealing to contribute in the success of the LA Fund.
The ALA campaign is a call for the ALA community to give back something that is meaningful to you, but also something you're comfortable with. The future of the annual fund is dependent on what we achieve now. It will set the course for the rest of the ALA annual fund's history, and we are asking you to be a part of that. It is not about how much one can give, and it's not about the money, but it is about creating a culture and a movement, and we are appealing to the ALA alumni community to spearhead that movement.
Because alumni value their experience in LA, and they believe in our community, if the whole network stand up together, we can make a lot of change.
Alumni giving back is seen as a reflection and a measure of feelings of satisfaction and gratitude towards an institution. So in the spirit of Thanksgiving and the launch of the campaign, we ask that you start giving. Our goal is to raise $15,000 in the next 5 days from at least 100 alumni. It may seem like a daunting task and and unrealistic, but keep in mind that we are asking for monthly pledges. So imagine you were just taking ALA out for pizza every month. Again, it is not about the amount you give, it is about being involved and giving. We are going to use alumni investment to hook matching donors. We need alumni to invest so we can encourage donors to invest.
In this 5 days sprint, LA fundraising team will recruit more donors so that we double our estimated goal. You can pledge your commitment at the LA Gives Back website. It's as simple as going to the African Leadership Academy org/campaign. It's the website that you saw before, and click on donate button. Then you will fill a quick form to express your desire to donate. A student ambassador will then help you to securely process your pledge and will reach out to you afterwards for updates. In the spirit of Thanksgiving, give back to LA. Thank you.
Before we see a little video from one of our graduates, I was going to read some of the tweets, which is good, but that would mean that I would have to be technologically savvy to do that. So I have the great tweet we had just now from Eddie, that ALA is larger than life. I think you pretty much larger than life as well, dude. Lillian also tweeted, I had one that said, I read it earlier, that how can I not give back if when I hear all the stuff that Lillian and Eddie are doing, I feel like I really want to give back as well. So pretty inspiring, Lillian. And I also saw a really cool one about how they wanted to give back to, I was too old to retire, but if it meant that I could have a stylish retirement, it was going to be a very nice reason to give back. So I support that Twitter feed as well. It can be hashtag Mr. Peter's not going to retire. Let him retire in style. The next video is from one of our graduates who is getting a lot, giving back in different ways. And Akan mentioned it. And in the video, Lillian mentioned it, Shami mentioned it, Eddie mentioned it. There are many ways to give back. It's pretty impressive to give back financially, and that's great. But there's many ways to give back, and many of you are, and we watch and follow you. And so giving back just directly to your continent is also a great way. And we love the way that Amar thumbs up, has been giving back in his own way. And so we'll see a video, which many of you have seen, about the work that he's been doing with Generation Why Not.
si les gens se comportent entre eux au nom de l'humanité. L'humanité, c'est tout. C'est l'humanité, on est tous des frères sur Terre. Hein?
H2W.
Bon courage.
2G7.
Thank you, the team that have joined Amar in changing the way people think about us as a continent, as a people, and as a world, and as humans. I love Teboho has tweeted this beautiful quote here. It's not about the ALA gives back only. It's about creating a culture of ownership and a culture of service. I love that. And I also like it's about building our own institutions, but then sustaining those institutions so they last. These are great tweets. Please keep them coming in here. Lillian, fees must fall for all. That'll be interesting. The next treat for you now is to hear from Alapella. And so I welcome Alapella in their newly minted swanky wanky alamananki, check my Swahili there, outfits to sing their song. Welcome, Alapella.
Is it working? Good evening, everyone. My name is Sakai Zara Slufman Naradzeri. I am from Madagascar, and I am the student director of Alapella. So now we are going to perform a song that I hope that all the alumni know, and sit back and enjoy.
pikoko tuli, nawe tuli, nawe tuli, ubizwa ipikoko, umangi hamba nawe, nawe tuli, ubizwa ipikoko, umangi hamba nawe, nawe tuli, ubizwa ipikoko, pikoko, 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 pikoko. Pikoko, 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 pikoko. Pikoko, we baba, yelele, we baba, 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 we baba, yelele, we baba. Tuli, nawe tuli, nawe tuli, ubizwa ipikoko tuli, nawe tuli, nawe tuli, ubizwa ipikoko.
Eunice Mwabe, blessed to be part of such a super group of people. Olga, ALA gives back to remind me that I'm working with something larger than myself. I love Ikena, who said Alapella's killing the song right now. Love the new dresses. Olga, love those skirts. Shirts, I think she meant to say. Oh, she did say. I meant to read. And Dr. Swanee. I'm going to give up on that. Oh, there it comes, there it comes, there it comes. LA gives back. No, I'm going to give up on the technology. But great. Ah, look, there's China. Bonga. Hello, China. It's good to see you. Good to be seen. They will never stop us. We have to say goodbye, unfortunately, because we did promise it would be, and we like to keep time here, not Africa time. Before you go, we have a message from the LLL team, the Lifelong Engagement ACN team, that the Baraza is taking place in January 6th in Washington, D.C. So if you'd like to attend, you can reach out to Sheila, and you can get hold of your ACN manager in your region. And the travel stipend, of course, will be paid towards you coming to the East Coast. And then here on the campus, exciting to look forward to, in the new year, we have the African Land of Opportunities Day. And we're really looking forward to it. It's on January 15th. And you out there can also get involved. And this is how you can get involved in joining us on the campus for this great rethink. The theme is rethinking and reimagining our continent. And we're going to be looking specifically at education. So you can drop us a 1-minute video. Is Africa a land of opportunities, and why? Or how can you contribute to Africa's land of opportunities? Or what are the habits that our continent must learn in order to succeed, or unlearn in order to succeed? Send your video to us at alumniaffairs@africaleadershipacademy.org. It is time to say goodbye. But before we go, and I'm not going to do any more tweets, the most amazing thing about everything so far, besides all this that we're talking to each other and we're seeing each other and it's all happening, is how fast you have all reacted to ALA Gives Back. It's been overwhelming. The it only just launched seconds ago, and already you have already donated a total of $1,920, which is. But you have to. I'm looking at the list of the people who've donated, and none of them really are working big jobs. You're all students or just graduated students, and you've made a commitment to give money every month for something you believe in, and that is just so beautiful. The first person to sign up to give gets special shout out, and that was Arnold Sanginga. Arnold, I learned some gossip about you yesterday, Arnold, but that's another day. I won't be outing you on. I didn't realize who you were dating, or anyway. But let me just read. I really would like to read these other names. They really they cross so many years. I can see almost all 7 years on this page. But other people who've donated, and these were the first 12 people to donate: Deepo Fasawe, Hamed Kone, Jeffrey Asamanu, Lillian Maboya, Oswald Kojo, Shoki, Miss Shoki, Toby Runsere, Sophie Umazi Vurwai, Imobong Nelson, and old favorite Husam Hamdi. Thank you so much for being the first ones to get up and take the first bullet towards my retirement plan. The ALA Gives Back plan. It's sad to say goodbye, but I think we have to, because we have to all go to prep. No, we don't. Oh, yes, we do. Goodbye, everybody in the world. Please stay in contact. Give back and just making contact. And everybody have a lovely evening, night, morning, or day. Farewell. Thank you to the team. There's a speech.